There we go. Okay. So we are going to be working on our Chapter 1 notes. You should find them in your packet. They do not look like this. This is AP. Give me a second to get yours pulled up here. Here's yours. So this is what your notes should look like. There you go. All right, so first thing we're going to talk about is what chemistry is. So chemistry is a study of matter. And the changes that it undergoes. All right, first type of chemistry that we talk about is organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is any compound that contains carbon-hydrogen bonds. So if you've had biology before, you probably talked about like glucose. You may have talked about proteins and fats. Those are all organic chemistry. Your pharmaceuticals, any kind of medicine that you deal with, plastics would all come under that category. If you're studying like a course called organic chemistry, it's usually your second or third, maybe fourth course in college that you're going to be taking. But we don't really teach, other than just some of the very, very basics in biology, we don't get into any organic chem here at the high school level. Inorganic is where we spend most of our time. The inorganic chemistry is going to be your minerals, your metals, your nonmetals, semiconductors, those sorts of things. That's inorganic chemistry, and that's primarily our focus here. Physical chemistry then is reaction rates and mechanisms, and we study those when you get into AP. So if you decide to sign on for another year with me and take AP chemistry, we'll be spending some time in that area. Analytical chemistry, when you get food and it has the calorie content, the amount of sodium, that sort of thing on the side, that is something that they would do in analytical chemistry. And then biochem, your fermentation, cellular respiration, metabolism, photosynthesis, all of those sorts of things that undergo reactions in living organisms are going to be your biochemistry. So today we're going to look at the scientific method. This is something that you have probably spent some time on at one point or another. You're going to end up in the scientific method. You end up making an observation. And then from there, you're going to state a problem. You're going to develop a hypothesis. That hypothesis should be in the form of an if-then statement. If I do this, then this happens. These notes are in your packet. I don't know if you guys have found those in there yet. Anybody else have find it? you're going to design an experiment to test that hypothesis. You're going to, after that experiment, you're going to look at the data from that and analyze it. And then you're going to develop a conclusion. And that conclusion should directly relate back to your hypothesis. To go back and revisit the hypothesis. Then, if that hypothesis wasn't correct, if you disproved it, go back and revise it and start over again. Other times you start over again and redo it just to make sure that your experiment carried out the proper way. You want to make sure that you're getting consistent values every time. Okay? Data that we collect during our experiment can be in one or in two different forms. First type of data can be quantitative. What's the root word of quantitative? What word do you kind of see there that you're familiar with? Quantity. What does a quantity mean?
How much of something?
Right. So a number, right? So that's how you can kind of remember the difference between these two, is this root word is quantity. And that means numbers. So you're going to express your data in some number form. Okay? And then qualitative, that's its qualities. So what kind of qualities does it have? And that's where you're going to use your five senses. It smells bad. It smells good. It tastes good. It tastes bad. You know, what is the texture? Is it slippery? Is it wet? How does it feel? So those are qualitatives, and that's what you're going to use your senses to determine. Okay, so then that takes us to the metric system. That's going to be tomorrow. So that's the end of the note, that part of the notes for today. Okay.